But if that situation happens and it's a man, he better walk out of the room.
Hang on, I'm not asking about whether or not it's okay for a woman or for the woman to strike the man.
It's not okay.
It's not okay.
It's not
We're
okay.
arguing about whether or not it's okay for a man to strike a woman back. So
absolutely
in this case, yeah. So in this case, if you say a weaker man, if he attacks a stronger man 2 or 3 times, then it's okay for the stronger man to hit him back. Why would this not apply to women?
I think everybody...
Well, like, what is it about having a vagina that specifically now makes it so that you can attack men and that men can't attack you back?
I think where we're getting confused is that you're correlating them both together. It's a female and a male, okay? This isn't a male and male thing, right? So these are 2 separate topics, okay? A man and a man against the female and a male is 2 completely different topics.
Yeah, I don't see, they seem interrelated to me because all you're saying, the extension of both is the same. So I agree with you.
No, it's not.
Okay, hang on. I just let you explain your position. Let me explain mine. Okay, so I understand what you're saying. You're saying we're talking about men and men fighting here, not men and women, right? But what I'm doing is I'm giving you an analogy, and I'm saying, okay, but if it's okay in your worldview for weaker men who attack stronger men than them to be attacked back because now it's self-defense, what is the specific criteria that women have other than the fact that they have a vagina instead of a penis that exempts them from the same treatment? That's what I don't understand.
Can you lift more weight than me?
Yes. Well, probably, yeah.
Why?
I would assume.
Why?
Because physiologically I'm stronger than you.
Why?
Generally speaking, because I'm a male.
There you go. I think.
Yeah, but that doesn't make your point. That makes
I know it's okay. I think I made my point. We're good.
I feel like
no, we're
I
not
feel
good
like
because,
I'm okay.
Because
I feel like a woman
I don't even think
should
you
hit a
understand
man.
what I just said.
I think no one should hit anybody.
Women should not hit men. They really should.
No, I
should
feel
not
like
hit men.
if a woman hits a man, then the man
okay,
can hit her
stop,
back.
lady,
No, for real.
let us finish the conversation. Calm down. So back to this combo here. Okay, you actually didn't make a point. You just said you're stronger than me because you're a man. Great. Do you agree with me that there's other? Okay, great. Do you think that there's other men who are not as strong as me who are also men?
You know what? I think I made my point already. I'm good.
Can I say something?
I think I'm not good, and I need you to make this clear for me. So,
can I say something?
Wait,
let her answer.
Can we finish our conversation for just calm down? Let us finish our conversation.
I know, we're calm. I'm having fun.
Yeah, so, well, understand from my perspective, there's 15 people cutting in, and I only have the one earpiece, so I have to try to delineate between who's talking. So
Got it.
that's why I'm just asking for one at a time. So wouldn't you agree with me, though, that by the same logic, there are still men who are also weaker than me, right?
I don't get what that has to do with the woman and men situation. Yes, there's men that are weaker than you. That's fine. That's not something hard to understand. There's going to be.
So if they are and they attack me,
yeah,
if they are and they attack me, and it's okay for me to defend myself against them, then why exactly would it be not okay for me to defend myself against a female who had the same strength level as that man?
I guess that's something for you to try to think about, because that's an easy one for me.
Okay. I don't even know where to go with that. Like,
wait, did you get an answer, or do you want to?
Well, she just said that's for me to think about or something.
Oh.
She didn't really answer it.
Well, you're saying that there's weaker men, there's weaker and stronger men, correct? So if a weaker person was to hit you, and you're saying that you're stronger, correct? So if this weaker person's hit, as hard as he could hit, might only be a touch to you. Your hit is going to be way, way more drastic, correct?
Yeah.
So what else do you have to have me explain to you?
Yeah, well, the extension of your logic is that essentially, if weaker people attack you, you're not allowed to defend yourself against them.
I didn't say that they're not allowed. I said that there's other things that they could do.
Yeah, but you know how you discourage weak people from attacking people who are stronger than them?
They're weak. I'm stronger than them, so I really wouldn't be worried about that.
Yeah, but you know how you discourage that from happening?
I want to discourage the stronger people from attacking me, not the weak ones. I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, but the stronger ones in this scenario are not attacking you. That's
all right,
not what's
so with
happening.
the weak
They're
ones
being attacked,
that are attacking me, I would tell them first as a warning, stop. because it's not going to be fun the next time. The second time it happens, I'm probably not going for strike 3. The second time is probably
so then
I'll hit back.
Wouldn't you draw the that's fair.
Fair?
So wouldn't you just draw the same extension with men and women? The
Absolutely
first time the
not.
woman attacks the man, fine. The second time the woman attacks the man, he's not going to go for time number 3, right?
A man should never hit a woman unless it's a dire thing.
I don't get that. That makes no sense to me.
Walk out of the room. Which would you rather? Would it make you feel better to hit back a woman, or would it make you feel better to leave and not have anything else escalate?
You can't. First of all, I don't know why you're under the impression that you can always just leave.
That's true. You're right.
Like
absolutely, you're absolutely correct.
You know?
I believe. I agree.
Yeah, you can't always leave in a confrontation like that. And if a woman is attacking you and you can't leave, what is the problem with hitting her back? Like, I don't actually understand that.
Or how old are you?
I'm 40.
For a 40-year-old man to say, what is the problem with hitting her back? I think that's what this generation's lacking, no?
Okay, well, for 30,
which
how old are you? 37?
Or I'm 20, I'm 30, I'm 32. Or the one that I'm in now, because I'm dealing with 40-year-old men like this. This is why I'm not dating
aren't you in
people.
your 30s?
As a woman, 32 years old, should I be hearing you, 40 years old, saying it's okay to hit you?
Straight into the mic.
It's okay to hit me just because I hit you? Because should I eat
If
that?
you want to be logically consistent, what you would say is
I would never eat that.
If a person attacks another person, they're asking to get hit.
Now, a woman on woman,
No, regardless. Why suddenly is there some type of exemption that women get because they have a vagina if they attack a person? Because the person is stronger, that gives them exemption.
Because everyone has free will. Free will. So if your free will wants you to hit her back,
he's free to punch you back.
If your free will wants to hit a woman back, that's on you. But with my free will, if I was a man who's 40 years old and my girlfriend hit me, right, 32, and I could walk away, I'm walking away. Because that's what a better man does.
If I was a woman who was 32, I would be advocating that we didn't have a social system set up where strong people felt like they couldn't protect themselves because women were going to try to shame them.
Strong people know that they could protect themselves.
Yeah, and you know how they do it? They usually punch people who attack them. That's how they do it.
That's not a strong person.
That's how they do that.
That's not a strong person. It's a very weak one.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't know how you would ever demonstrate that. It's okay
restraint.
to just allow people to attack others, and somehow, because they're stronger than them, they're not allowed to defend themselves. That's crazy.
Hey, Andrew, I think it'd be interesting to just hear the other panelists' perspective on this. So, like, what do you guys think? Do you think...
No, I have a question
what do you guys
for
think?
him.
I think it's okay for a man to hit back.
Here, before we get to your question, what's your perspective on this?
I know my answer will be based on his answer. Because I have a question.
Okay, well, hold on to your question really quick.
Why do you need to know my position and know your position?
Because I want to see it, and then if you can argue this properly, then I will.
Okay, hold on. I'll let this come through, then we'll get to it.
Knight donated $200.
Thank you, Knight. Appreciate
Scenario: insufferable woman doesn't like a guy disagreeing with her, so she hits him, and then he must leave the room, right? She gets her way by hitting him. Men should be allowed to defend themselves.
Yeah, it's just socially encouraging that if weak people want a thing, they can attack other people with basically no consequences. That I think it's silly.
Knight, thank you for the TTS, man. Appreciate it. Okay, so your thoughts on this, then I'll let you ask the question, okay?
I need to ask the question.
Okay, just ask the question then, but make it quick, please.
Okay. So, since you're using men logic, women, men, whatever, so if a 10-year-old child came up and slapped you in the face, would you put your child back in the face?
10-year-old children don't have complete agency.
They know what they're doing. If he's
hey, stop. Let them talk. Let them talk.
Trying to answer your question. The answer is no, because a person doesn't have complete agency. Just like I may advocate if somebody was like literally murdered, for instance, right? And they were attacking you unless they were super physically strong. You wouldn't have a choice in that instance, right? But they don't have agency. They don't know what they're doing. So in that particular case, you have to draw into intent, right? Women who have agency, who physically attack you on purpose, right, are trying to do harm to you, damage to you, same as if men do it. So when we draw up self-defense, no, wouldn't do it to a 10-year-old. But I can tell you this, right? I think that a good father might, I don't know, take the 10-year-old and give him a good spanking, right? Be like, don't do that shit again. That seems reasonable to me.
A 10-year-old can feel emotions, feel they're angry and they're attacking you. They could come at you with a knife. They could almost kill you if they have a knife in their hand. So are you going to punch them?
And if they had a weapon or they had something like that, and you had to accelerate the use of force, sure. But that's a different argument. So you're still taking into account they don't have agency, but you have to balance that with self-protection.
What age is the draw line for you? Like 23 and 32?
18, the same age that I would give any woman agency.
So 17 and 364 days, you'd be like, nah.
I'd fuck them up.
You'd be like, nah, 17 and 364 days, let me wait a day.
So here's the thing, you're doing some hair splitting, right? But I'll do the hair splitting with you.
Okay.
Right? So what you're doing is you're making what's called a continuum fallacy. So what you're saying is, when does this person have agency, Andrew? Well, I don't know, it'd be case by case, right? But we've decided unilaterally that it's going to be 18 in this nation because most people at 18 seem to have some sort of agency. They seem to be able to make informed decisions for themselves. So we make it 18 years old. Now,
America?
if you're saying, well, what about, would this person deserve it at like 17 and 361 days? Yeah, possibly, though you might be judging the law different. I may not make a moral judgment against you, though. If a 17-year-old who is 17 and 300 days attacks somebody else and got their asses kicked for doing it, I don't think I would hold it against them morally. I just think that you would have a lawful violation at that point.
Okay, but 18 is the age of consent for, let's say, sex. 21 is for drinking. 25 is for renting a car. The cerebral cortex isn't fully developed until 25.
No, it's not
Erroneous! Erroneous!
First of all,
how come 18 is your
stop.
draw
It's not the cerebral cortex. You're talking about the prefrontal lobe.
Okay, whatever.
Get your terminology.
Okay, it's not developed until 25. So
it is developed before it's 25. Of course, it is.
Fully developed.
Also, just so you know, the prefrontal cortex begins to degrade after 25, which means that a 25-year-old would be if they were at like peak observational intelligence, and at 30 they should have less. So the 25-year-old attacking the 30-year-old would actually put the 30-year-old disadvantaged, right? Okay,
so now that you brought that up, since you put the limit at 18, how about if a 90-year-old's hitting you? They know what they're doing. Their cortex is all developed, or frontal lobe, or whatever you want to say.
How old?
90.
Oh, 90.
Where do you draw the line up there? Because it's like, obviously you realize if this person is weak, this person is weaker than me.
Yeah, I think
I'm not going to hit them back.
So here, I'm going to give you my moral judgment on this. If a 70-year-old man walks over and hits a guy with his cane, he gets knocked the fuck out. That's what you get. Don't go over and hit people with your fucking cane. Like, what do you want me to say?
If a 90-year-old
do you think like
did not have a weapon?
I want you to think about the flip side to this, right? So if a 70-year-old, let's say that a 70-year-old was attacking a 15-year-old, who do we side with then?
That's up to you, because I would go with whoever's stronger. Whoever's stronger should walk away.
Both of them don't have agency.
Why are you talking so loud? Calm down a little bit.
According to you, right? Now both of them don't have an agency. So now it's a 14-year-old, let's say, and a 75-year-old.
No,
right? And
I never said they didn't have
Wait.
Stop. Let me ask the question.
You got to let him. You can't interrupt him.
No, but he keeps interrupting me.
Yeah, but you got to let him talk. Okay?
Why do I got to let him talk if he interrupted me first?
Because you're asking him questions. You're asking him. Here, look, you're asking him questions. Now you're interrupting me. Look, if you ask him a question, you got to let him answer. Go ahead, Andrew.
I didn't finish asking him the question, though.
Yes, you did.
Okay, fine.
Okay,
I'll tell you what. Here's what we'll do. You go ahead and finish asking the question, and then I'll go ahead and talk. Go ahead.
Thank you. That's all I want, to talk like adults. But I don't know if your cortex or frontal lobe is
just ask the question. Ask the question.
Okay. So, a 90-year-old does not have a cane. He does not have a cane. He is a grown adult, definitely way past you. So he comes up to you and slaps you in the face. You're gonna punch the 90-year-old grandma in the face back.
If I was able to determine somehow that they had full agency, but this goes back to my internal critique to you, right? So I can demonstrate this. If a 90-year-old is attacking a 14-year-old, who do you intercede for?
I'm gonna go with whoever's stronger should walk away.
They're about the same strength, let's say.
Yeah, okay.
Then they're just gonna not do anything to each other because, well, a 14-year-old is way stronger than a 90-year-old.
Something to each other.
A 14-year-old is gonna be way physically faster, stronger, more alert than a 90-year-old.
So then you're going to intercede on behalf of the 90-year-old?
You better raise your kids not to hit a 90-year-old person.
Yeah.
No. The question is if the 90-year-old's attacking him.
Yeah.
The 90-year-old is attacking the 14-year-old kid?
Yeah.
The 14-year-old kid is probably stronger than the 90-year-old. He should walk away.
Girl, you don't believe there's consequences to your actions?
So essentially what you're saying here is like,
would you
if
punch
this
a
90-year-old
90-year-old
has...
in the face?
I'm saying if a 90-year-old punched me, I'm back, is what I'm saying.
So I just want to make sure I got this right. If the 90-year-old has full...
If they hit me first, I'm in the back.
Stop. Go ahead,
almost done with the exchange. Hang on. So what you're saying is that if the 90-year-old has full agency and the 14-year-old has full agency, and it's known that they have full agency, they're both... Neither one of them, right? Or I mean... Actually, in this case, I guess the 90-year-old would have full agency and the 14-year-old wouldn't, right? Because he's 14. Mm-hmm. You would still say that the person with less agency then should walk away.
The one who brought up agency was you. I brought up strength. Who's stronger? You said they're equal strength. If it's equal strength, then it's a fair fight.
Well, then let's test this logic back the other direction then. So are you saying that if a man who is weaker than another man hits a stronger man, the stronger man should just take it?
If the stronger man could off the younger man or weaker man by hurting him, I think he should walk away. Like, that's just the strong thing to do.
Yeah, but anytime two men fight, that could be the outcome.
What do you mean?
Anytime, like a man who, let's say, is, I don't know, a quarter less stronger than me, who comes over and punches me in the face, could still kill me. Like, that could still kill me.
Yeah.
Even though they're weaker than I am. But you're saying for some reason I'm not allowed at that point to defend myself, or somehow that's a lesser man? I don't get that.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna say. If the strength is equal, fine, do whatever you want. If it's similar, fine, do whatever you want.
Well, what does similar mean?
If it's a woman who can lift 200 pounds and a man that can lift 200 pounds and they both do boxing, sure. Wrestle it out. Who cares? But
do you realize that women can throw heavy objects at a man's head? They can grab dirks and daggers and pistols and all sorts of different things. They're not limited only to physical strength, but even then, that if a woman, perhaps she's wearing rings, but even then if she's not, that just a woman balling her fist and punching you in the face hurts, that actually hurts. It's not pleasant. Like, why is the expectation here that because it happens to be a woman balling their fist and punching you in the face, that somehow makes it not okay for the man to go, oh, okay, what's good for the goose is good for the gander? I don't get that.
Okay, but
Hold on.
No, he finished.
No. I'm sorry. I need to let the rest of the panel in on this. Go ahead.
I feel like it's okay for a man to hit back if the woman hits first.
Okay.
So that's why I'm asking her and
the other girl.
The other girl.
I think it's like using your common sense. So if a girl hits a guy, like he should be able to defend himself. I wouldn't necessarily say like punch her, but defend yourself just to stop the fight.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree that this question is really black and white, and in case the man really needs to defend himself, if it's some critical situation, of course he can hit back.
Yeah.
We have a chat coming in.
Mandivour donated $200. What in the Amber Heard is this biatch talking about? No arguments, just wants to be difficult. Makes me want to shit in my hands and clap.
Well, I'm going to say the opposite. She was the only one tonight so far who made an argument to me, and for that I thank you.
Do you have a response really quick to the TTS?
No.
Okay. Your thoughts on this?
For one, you should keep your hands to yourself. For two, you should defend yourself always. And three, if a man and a woman get into it and the woman decides to put her hands on a man in an aggressive fashion, the man has a right to defend himself.
Sure.
And if he could walk away, and that's an option to walk away.
Sure. Okay. What about you? What about you? Or did you? You kind of gave your take, right? Or was that the girl next to you?
That was the girl next to me.
Okay. What's your take then?
I agree with her. If you already anticipated to put hands on someone, be ready to get the consequences pretty much.
Okay.
If I were to slap a man, I would expect that he would slap me back. So.
And I guess I'll give my take on this. And I actually, Andrew, a quick convo with you here on this. So I think a man is perfectly within his rights if a woman has struck him. He's within his rights to strike her back. Although pragmatically speaking, and well, just before I get to the pragmatic part, I don't think a woman should be surprised if she gets hit back. If you don't want to get hit, don't hit somebody. Very simple. But I think pragmatically speaking, Andrew, I think there's actually men should try to show restraint in this situation, simply because there are certain ramifications and realities when it comes to the justice system, where even if you have pretext and justification to strike somebody, there's potential criminal liability, there's potential civil liability, there's also optics. You know, even say you're a famous person and you're well within your rights to smack a woman back. Optically, society is not, there's enough people in society that they're going to view even self-defense towards a woman in some sort of objectionable way. But when it comes to the criminal component, there is a risk for men, even if you're doing self-defense. I forgot, there's a specific term for this, but when police come, and if there's a domestic dispute, doesn't matter who started it, they're just going to arrest the man. So for this reason, I think men should attempt to show restraint and try to walk away if they can, even if it's perfectly justifiable to strike back. Your thoughts on that, Andrew?
Yeah, so if you're just saying to me, Andrew, according to the current criminal justice system, it's not a good idea for a man to equalize force or use an overage of force to that which is used against him, I'll agree, right? Sure, under the criminal justice system, that's likely true. But that's really doesn't get to the heart of the morality or the righteousness or the rightness of the argument.
Sure.
Right? So the question here is, are you incentivizing people to attack other people without consequence by giving them a kind of social leg up? In other words, saying, okay, because this is not socially acceptable, these people can essentially attack you with impunity. And I think that that's how you get this lopsided justice system to begin with, which then favors one sex over the other because of this idea of chivalry and modernity, which I don't really understand why it's there now. If you want an egalitarian society, chivalry and law is silly. That's just done. That's not egalitarianism. That's just creating a privileged class who can attack another class with impunity. And that seems very silly to me.
Mm. Well, I mean, this would require like a...
Chivalry's dead because of conversations like these, no?
What do you mean?
Or like, can a man could kill me so much faster than I could kill him. So I understand what you're saying. It is not acceptable for anybody to be touching each other. I'm not, what was that one sentence that you just said? That I'm allowing myself to hit them, and so they...
Yeah, you're giving yourself a social privilege.
I'm not giving myself a social privilege because I just said that it's not okay for anyone to be hitting each other. But in the instance...
Yeah, but if they are...
In the instance that they're hitting each other, can you kill me faster than I could kill you?
Yeah, but I could do that with a weaker man.
But now our situation goes back to man or woman, not weaker man or stronger man. No.
Yeah,
Can a man kill a woman easier than a woman could kill a man?
Generally, yes.
Okay, I feel better
now. But just so you hang on. I need you to understand though that that's not a really good argument, and I'm going to tell you why it's not a good argument.
It's okay if you don't think so, but I'm pretty sure I have other people that would agree with me.
Okay, but that's an argument ad populum. Doesn't matter if the whole world agreed with you; it wouldn't make it a good argument. I'm going to tell you why. It doesn't make it a good argument because all I would have to say back to you is, okay, right, but there's other men who are weaker than me, my same age bracket, this and that.
Wow.
And they can still hurt me or kill me even though they are weaker than myself, right? And nobody would say that I shouldn't be able to deter with an overage of defense, meaning if somebody attacks me, they punch me across the face.
You're putting it all together. You can't differentiate.
Hold on. You got to let them finish.
Yeah, and I respond by hitting them so hard I break their jaw. I haven't done anything wrong. That's completely socially acceptable. People are like, well, you shouldn't have hit that guy in the face. You would have got your jaw broke, right? But for some odd reason, you seem to think that simply because it's a woman doing it, instead of a weaker man, that somehow they have some additional privilege to that because
I never said
generally women are weaker than men.
I never said that.
That doesn't make any sense.
I never said that. I never said that we're privileged to hit men. I said it shouldn't be done in the first place. But if it was to happen, you keep on bringing it together, and I don't know why. You have to differentiate male and female. It's not about weaker men or men. It's not about that. It's about a male and like a female.
Yeah, I'm trying to show you an entailment. I'm trying to show you something. Like, for instance, here, let's do it a different way so I can show it to you this way. If a woman who is in your age bracket was 30% weaker than you are, and she punched you in the face, would you punch her back?
If she hurt me enough for me to get pissed off about it, because she's a woman and my age, she's getting punched back in the face.
Okay, well then do you tell me what the distinction is?
What did you prove?
If you hang on. If a man who you're associated with in some way, if you're 30% weaker than him and you punch him in the face, why is it now unacceptable for him to punch you? That's my whole point.
If I'm punching a man in the face, if a man punches me in the face, my jaw's broken. If I punch a man in the face, it will be like a slap, maybe.
You could break his nose.
Wow.
If the woman is 30% weaker than you, the same result could happen. That's the point.
No.
Yes, it could.
Men and men and women and women to women. I could fight a girl. Now she's on my playing field. I can't fight a man.
Then
I know, but
that's it.
But
you know that. Then
I don't understand why you're not getting this. Like I'm trying to make it really like super over the top easy here.
Yeah,
yes,
it's easy.
I agree with you in general that women are going to get the short end of the stick on average if they're fist fighting with men. It seems very silly. Obviously, for the most part, men are going to win those engagements. But if you say then it's because of that it's somehow not okay for men to hit women back.
Men could do better than this.
I don't know why you wouldn't. Hang on, I'm almost done. Then you can respond. I don't know why you wouldn't apply the same logic to if a weak woman attacked you. It's the same logic.
No, it's not.
Why? How is it not?
A weak woman compared to whatever you just said is not the same. Or you know what? You're right. People could think like you, but you would be on the weaker side of a man because a real man wouldn't be saying what you're saying.
A weaker person too.
They wouldn't be saying that. It's okay to hit a girl when you know that you could break my jaw. That's not okay.
I don't know why.
You don't know why.
So why do you get to punch
why either? It's pretty simple to me.
Well, why do you get to punch somebody weaker than you, but I'm not allowed to punch somebody weaker than me?
Wow. Well, you know what? You're a man. I'm not a man. I don't know. We have different things going on.
So it's okay so you say it's not a social privilege, but you're allowed to punch someone weaker than you. I'm just not allowed to punch someone weaker than me.
Who am I punching weaker than me?
You see what I'm saying?
Who am I?
That sounds like a social privilege.
Who am I punching weaker than me?
The weaker woman.
But we're still a woman. We're still in the same category.
So?
Okay, until you guys differentiate male and female, we can't have this discussion.
Well, let's try it one more way. Just one more way. Very simple.
Yeah, this is really simple.
If a man was 50% weaker than you, a man.
I'm not fighting a man.
And he attacked you.
Not fighting a man.
And he punched you as hard as he could in the face. Would you punch him back?
This is different because even if I was to punch him back, a weak man. Because a girl is physiologically weaker than a male. We went over this, right?
He's weaker, right?
He's weaker.
Yes. So, okay.
He's weaker.
Listen to my question.
Is he my age?
Here, just listen.
Don't
Listen
think
again.
about how you're going to respond. Just listen to the actual question. A man. Let's assume a man is 50% weaker than you. Same age. He's in your same social group. He's just 50% weaker than you, and he physically attacks you, and he punches you as hard as he can, and he's continuing to hit you. Would you hit him back?
As a nurse, if a man is my age and I'm 50% stronger than that man, it's probably because he's critically ill. Okay, or something like that. He's sick. He's sick. No, we have to go through. We have to go through things like this because you want to talk about hypotheticals, right? If a guy my age is 50% weaker than me, it's because he's sick. So if a sick patient comes to me and tries to hit me, my answer is no. I won't hit back.
If he's 20%.
So as a woman, if I could say that, and as a man, you can't say that. I don't know what's up.
So what if he's 20% weaker than you?
Sorry, it's okay. Sorry, I don't know.
Can I say something?
But what if he's 20% weaker? Can you just answer that real quick?
I'll get you in just a second.
What is 20% weaker?
20% weaker.
Which would be what? What is that to you? 20% weaker than me as a male?
I don't know. Like, let's say that you can lift a fucking 40-pound box. Hang on. I'm trying to tell you. I'm going to tell you. Let's say you can lift a 40-pound box, and he can only lift like a 30-pound box.
Equivalent. That's not.
Yeah.
And he's hitting you in the face
I don't know what
as
point you're
hard
trying
as
to
he
make. I think I
can.
made mine. But what
That you could defend yourself
like
or not.
a year ago, I hit my man. I made his nose bleed.
Did he hit you?
He hit me back and gave me a concussion. Do you feel like who's in the wrong? Do you feel like he should have hit me back?
I'm so sorry.
Wait, you broke his
girl.
nose?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry that you went through that. I'm so sorry that you went through that.
Wait,
It's not okay
you're-
for
No,
you
it's
guys.
wait,
to
okay.
I'm so
But I'm
sorry.
just saying,
wait,
do you feel like it's
Somebody got your
okay
ass
for him
kicked.
to
I'm
hit
sorry
me
about
back?
that.
Is what I'm saying.
What happened?
No, it's okay. I don't.
What did you say?
Wait, you're sorry.
I'm just
what do you
saying,
mean?
like,
You're
I-
sorry.
I
About
hit
that
him
whole
so
situation.
hard
Domestic
that
violence is a
his
really
nose-
big thing. Domestic violence. It's
Who's the
something to play
victim?
with.
Who's the victim?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Was
who's
she
the
the victim?
victim?
The guy.
What did you
What
do?
I'm
What did
saying.
you? What did
She
you
hit
do?
him.
What did
So
you?
I hit
What did
him
you
first,
do?
and I broke
Why
his
did you?
nose.
Why did you hit him first?
Because
That
he
sounds
was
like
playing
victim
with me.
blaming.
Why was he playing with you?
He was playing
That's
with
just
me.
victim blaming.
It's not okay for her to be
Victim
hitting
blaming.
somebody. It's not okay for
That's
her to
what
hit
I'm saying.
somebody.
So that's
It's
what
not.
I'm
I'm not
saying.
saying
So
that
he hit me
either.
back. So
But
I'm saying, like, who's in the wrong?
were you hospitalized with a concussion?
That's not the point.
Wait,
It's
did,
what
did,
I'm
did this
saying.
actually,
I broke
She
his
can't.
nose.
She can't
wait, did
hospitalize
this
him.
actually happen?
No, this actually happened. Yeah.
Okay.
She made his nose bleed.
No, she broke.
I
No, 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 no.
broke
She
point.
broke his nose. Not just a nosebleed.
She said
broke his
broken.
nose. No, she said broke.
I broke his nose, and then he hit me back because, you know, so, like,
Just
Well,
was
why-
it justified?
no, absolutely not. Not justified.
No, no, no. For him to hit
for
her
him
back.
to hit me back.
For him to hit you back, was
Yeah.
that justified? A man
Yeah.
should never
He
hit a
was
woman.
like,
This is
when
why.
he was like 20 times
They're gonna give you a
stronger
concussion. You guys want to end up in jail? Because whatever you guys are laughing about right now, ha 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 ha, how you're acting, you're gonna end up in jail, right? The first person who comes to you, domestic violence.
Well,
you
technically,
know what I'm
she
saying?
would have been the
He
domestic.
could've
In my
like-
situation, I'm
Wait,
betting
what-
I'm
what- did
protecting
you-
and you.
Hold on. Wait, okay. Let me ask you a question. Did the police come?
No, I didn't call the police. He
Okay,
didn't call
so
the
you
police.
guys
It was just like between
So
us.
he
but-
punched you in the face,
No, I punched him in the face first.
Well, yeah.
And then he hit
And
me
then-
in the back of my head, and I got a concussion. So I'm
and
saying
he just struck you once.
Yeah.
And then you guys, he
How old are you?
left,
21.
You're
or
21.
did you guys
So-
kick it after while you were all concussed and his nose was bleeding?
Because well, think about this. think about
Bonding
this.
experience.
This is the perfect example
I
of the
went to
social
the
privilege that I'm
hospital,
talking about that you're
Social
claiming you don't
privilege.
advocate for. She
My
said,
social privilege is to
hang
be
on,
here.
hang on,
Hey, stop,
I
stop,
haven't
stop,
even-
stop.
I haven't
Hey,
even
stop.
stated
Let
the
him
position
talk.
Yet. I haven't even stated the position yet. But this is a perfect example of the social privilege. You're actually stating if she went over and broke this guy's nose, that he should just have to walk away with a broken nose. Like that's your actual.
He could have
position.
called the
You're like-
cops on her.
And you're like, but that's not privilege, Andrew. That's
He could
not
have called the
privilege."
cops on her, and she instead of her getting concussed, she could have been locked up.
Yeah, what are the cops going to do if she doesn't want to go to jail?
That's the better scenario for
What
everybody.
are the cops
What
going
did
to
you
do if
just
she doesn't
say?
want to go to jail?
If she doesn't want to go to jail, what are the cops gonna do?
Yeah.
I'm in the Twilight Zone.
Yeah,
Whatever.
wait, no, answer my
Whatever.
question. What are the cops going to do?
Whatever.
Wait,
If
I
she doesn't
actually,
wanna go to jail, they're going to hurt her.
I have a question for you. Let's like rewind here really quick.
Yeah.
So in this scenario, had he not struck you back and you had just clocked him, broken nose, whatever, and he called the cops, would you have lied to the cops about the nature of the dispute?
100%.
Like, what, so would you have said like, oh, he hit me first, or something like that? Would you have lied to the police?
Honestly, wouldn't have called the police.
No, he called the
if
police.
he called the police, he
he
wouldn't
doesn't
have called
hit.
the police.
So he doesn't hit you back. He's got their broken nose. He calls the police. He does what she thinks.
That's
he
the
should have done.
responsible
Hold on.
thing to do.
Yeah, sure. So would you have
Yeah.
lied to the police though?
That's a hard question.
She's 21, this girl.
What- how's
It's
that
the correct
relevant?
scenario,
How's that
how
relevant?
things
I
should be
don't
going
know.
down.
How's
If
that
you
relevant?
hit somebody, a man should lead, right? A man should lead. A man who's weak
Bro, you
or
can't
strong,
lead somebody who's breaking
You could
your
lead
nose.
yourself to the phone. You could lead yourself to the phone, call 911, and get her locked up.
What? You can also lead your fist to her mouth, and then
That's
she'll
what
never
I'm
break
saying.
your
Here's
nose.
the- wait,
And that leads you in jail.
Actually, this is
That's not funny for you to be laughing about. I could also put my foot in her. What? It's crazy that we're having conversations
What's
like
actually
this.
crazy though
On the
is
media.
that
That's
even if
crazy.
a guy does
That's
exactly what
insane.
you said, even if a guy does exactly
No,
what you
they should be doing
can you
that.
can you be quiet, please? Even if a guy does exactly what you said, the woman can just lie and be like, "Oh, he hit me,"
Yeah.
I actually had something to say about
even
that.
if he doesn't hit her at all.
He'll still
And
get
he
in trouble.
could still get arrested. So
still get in
he
trouble.
he could still get arrested in this scenario. That's okay. Well, I mean, this happens all the time.
Right. So you
What were you saying? Go
you
ahead.
Where the man's the victim.
you
It does
spoke on that
happen.
earlier, and